enemy is someone who tries to destroy you or take what you have, right? Now, all throughout the world, you named a lot of nationalities. What people have stolen and taken as much as the white men in the history of this world?
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, of course.
No, but of course what? I want to hear it out of your mouth.
Land.
What people have stolen as much land as the white man has murdered and killed as much people as the white man, who has systematically destroyed countries and nationalities and resources as the white man. There's no nation. Do you agree? So by process of elimination of all nations, that can only one people only fit the title of the devil. That's the so-called white man. That's what he's trying to tell you. But the Most High, he created two main players in the Bible: the so-called Negroes and Hispanics, which are the real Jews, and the so-called white man, who's the devil. You understand? And in the judgment day, the white man is going to lose his power if you believe in God, according to prophecy, and the so-called Negroes and Hispanics are going to rise up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I believe in God exactly, but it's just that I don't believe that God will bring it.
You don't believe that God is going to bring it?
Masses.
Say it again?
They rely on like black, oppressed people.
So you're saying that
not because God.
So by your logic, you're saying that man is going to create a different situation above what God can do. You're saying it's not up to God, it's up to man.
Yeah.
Man, he read the scripture earlier. Man has no power. Who created man? God. God created man. See, you don't believe in God. God created. No, God created.
God might exist.
No, God does exist.
I mean, I don't think it's possible.
That's why today you have. Does gay marriage exist?
Well, yeah.
So who said that it's okay for man to marry man and women to marry women? Man, which is contrary to nature, which causes more harm than good. So man is not capable of running anything. What's that? Get out of your mind. Is it right? If I go in your pocket?
Well, of course.
If I go in your pocket and I take your money, is that right?
No.
Would you feel comfortable with that? No, so there's a structure. I'm not supposed to steal from you, you're not supposed to steal from me. So God has structure. But in today's world, there's no structure because no one is following God. You got women now with the Me Too movement and women ruling over men. There's no structure in that. You got kids being taught that it's okay for men to marry men and women to marry women. There's no structure in that. There's no structure in that. The whole earth is upside down because of man, mainly the white man. So what God is saying, God is angry at all that. God is revealing his spirit. Man is, this country, I'm gonna give you an example. The white man, when he took this country, he claimed to establish it under the oracles of God. The four founding fathers, which were thieves, they claimed to be men of God. And they claim that some of the Constitution was structured after the Bible. But do they follow the Bible? How's gay marriages of the Bible? Gay marriage is not of the Bible, and gay marriage is big today.
Well, that's today. They didn't have.
Okay, yeah, but in the past, they'd kill your behinds to some degree if you was gay. Even the white man killed a lot of people 400 years ago, 200 years ago, if you was gay. You know that to be gay was listed as a mental disorder at one time, if you look it up in the medical books?
Yeah, well now it's not because that.
Why?
It's not a
Who changed it? Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who did that?
I mean, even among animals, some animals
is it normal?
Express homosexual behavior, for example.
Because the whole earth is crazy now.
Right.
Animals don't belong in cages and to be displayed. Animals should be roaming free. But again, once again, the great white man, he came and he changed the natural order of things into chaos. Prove me wrong. I'm not saying it might sound racist to you or hateful.
Well, actually, for the white man, like if you go back 2 centuries before, when a white man would settle,
go back how far? Like
2 centuries, 3 centuries.
Okay.
Like in general,
right.
When a white man goes to like some land or whatever, the best
here we go.
What will be more efficient is actually settle like a heterosexual family because that will produce more kids. Will produce.
That's the natural way. That's the natural way. A man is supposed.
But that's how the white man actually exploited this.
No, right? but that's the natural way. You got white people today trying to go into different lands and push the gay agenda, and they chase out of those lands. A lot of African lands, they chase out of those lands.
But I don't see.
And a lot of we don't believe in Islam, but in a lot of Islamic countries, the white man is chased out of those countries because they try to push the gay agenda. And a lot of white women, they get mad at what we're saying. It's not normal for a man to put his penis in a man's behind. That's not normal. You defecate out of your. Let me make my point. You defecate out your behind. But in today's society, it's taught that there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're in love. It's what's wrong with love. A man's penis don't belong in a man's behind. And they're going crazy with it. They're going crazy with it. I just watched a video in a lot of libraries across this country. You got transvestites or drag queens performing for young children. Then I saw on Facebook 2 weeks ago a young girl who didn't accept gay marriages or you can be whatever gender you want. She was kicked out of that school. They're pushing this thing like there's no tomorrow, and there's a reason for that because Satan's agenda is trying to be established on this earth. So we're saying it's not purposely, it's not to be malicious, it's the truth, and people get comfortable in the lies and evil, and they hate the truth. Like he asked you earlier, do you believe in the Bible? You can't go wrong with the Bible. If you follow the Bible and the commandments of the Bible, it's likely you won't get AIDS because you're with one man and you're with that man only. You won't get robbed because you're in the house with your kids. You're not out all times of night. So you're less likely to get robbed. You understand? You're less likely to have a good family if your husband and wife and kids are within the Bible structure. All these things God put on the land for us. But when man starts to turn away from the Bible, that's when you have problems. And the main person that's against the Bible is the so-called white man. It's the so-called white man and white woman. The majority of the times we ask, do you believe in God? So if we ask a white couple or a man or woman, do you believe in God? You don't believe in God? That book is a fairy tale. Right. It's all made up. They don't believe in God. It's a what? Oh, it's in their spirit. That's right. How the brother said. It's in their spirit. Come back in.
It's in their spirit because deep in their spirit they know that they don't come from us. They're not the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand that? That's the main point here. We have different. That's why I read you those scriptures before about two twins. It's different spirits. It's two manner of people are in thy bow. Separate. Two separate nations. That's what the difference is. Go ahead, brother.
I'm going to show you your judgment in the Bible, right? Because you got that nice smile, and I want to make sure you know who you are.
Oh man, I'm just genuinely interested. I'm not laughing at it.
No, I'm not saying you're laughing. I'm going to show you what your judgment is. The book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord by Israel, to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein has that loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord. Yet I have loved Jacob. So there's the hate part aspect in the Bible there. Verse 3, I have hated Esau. You're Esau. All white people are Esau. You change the names to French, German, and Italian, you said Russian. It's all the same garbage. Okay?
In other words, everybody on the earth has a biblical nationality. The so-called blacks are the children of Israel. The so-called Arabs are the children of Ishmael. But the white man and the powers that be, they hide that so you don't learn your destiny and your past. But everybody has a biblical nationality. You understand?
But what about like people in Asia? Like
they have everybody. Everybody.
It does.
If you research it, everybody has a biblical nationality. They try to label the so-called blacks as Africans, but that's a lie. The Africans are Hamitic. The so-called blacks are Shemitic. Completely different.
Verse 3, and I hated Esau. Okay, so God hates you. Okay, and laid his mountains and heritage waste. That's why it was against the law for us to read. Okay, and his heritage to waste. For the dragons of the wilderness, you're a dragon. Okay, whereas Edom said it,
I knew that was
we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Right? So you say you're gonna build, right? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, and I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, right? The people against whom the Lord has indignation, that means hatred, just in case you didn't know, forever. Okay, so God hates you forever. You're just wasting our time. We're here to wake up our people. Okay?
I don't care if God hates people, like, but I'm all for the people overthrowing their oppressors.
Right.
And I'm all for people establishing like a community that overthrows their oppressors. So I don't really care if God hates me, but like I am for the people.
You're for the people?
And
you're for your people.
And liberating all people from all.
You have some authority to do that?
No, I don't personally, but if it's all to the people to gather together and do that.
We're trying to gather our people. You can go and gather your people and go pray wherever you want to pray and do whatever you're going to do. Because at the end, at the end time.
I don't know if there's enough time to pray when we have climate change,
Right,
immigration
that's
crisis,
all from the Most
and all
High.
that.
Immigration crisis, those are our people being persecuted. You know
That's
that?
right.
They are our people.
No, they're not your people, they're our people.
When we say our, we mean the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native.
Well, just because I have a white skin.
You're not white. Your T-shirt is white. You're pink and red. Now, ready? He wants
Red,
Romans
orange,
9 and
purple,
13.
that doesn't really
As
matter.
it is written.
Fine.
Because as it is written in Malachi that the Most High will hate you forever. And this is another scripture saying, this is from Paul now. Paul is reiterating what Malachi said. Read.
Jacob have I loved,
Right?
but Esau have I hated.
Because this is going on forever. What he read was from Malachi, was from the Old Testament, this is in the New Testament, and it goes on forever. God hates the Edomites and Esau forever. So it does matter if God hates you. Because you know what? God's going to put you under us.
That's
You're
right.
going to have to, we're not going to be equal. When kingdom come, Yahweh Shai cracks the sky. Yahweh Shai is who the world English so-called Jesus Christ, which is God's son in the Bible. Right, read. It says that we will be on over when God comes back and God truly, all that climate change, that's God's work. That's God destroying this world as we know it. Because that's what's going to happen. We're no longer going to have all this.
I don't think so. It's caused from
Well, it doesn't matter what you think. It's in the Bible. It doesn't matter here. It doesn't matter what you think. We read, we come out the Bible.
But there's the Bible and it has a lot of valuable insights, but there's also science that is also capable of
What is
explaining a
science?
lot of
Science.
What is the definition of science?
Science is the study of the natural phenomena and explaining
You're just
how
making stuff up as
how
you
they
go.
occur.
Read what you have, brother. Read.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1.
What do we have to do?
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right. And set us in our own land. Our own land is this world. Before you got here, I don't know how long you've been here, but I brought out scriptures that said the world is ours. It was given to us by the Most High. But unfortunately, as I also read, it's given to the hands of the wicked in these times. What do you have to say, brother?
All right, set us in our own land is Jerusalem. That's our land. We're going to rule the world. But Jerusalem is our land. If he's going to set us there, who's there now? Imposters. All right? Continue reading.
No, Salaki. Is there any questions? Because you said this science. Well, the man's going to the Lord anyway. So, what is science? What is science to God? Everything to us is God made or is made by the Most High. By the Most High God of Israel. Everything is done. The children being persecuted, the families being persecuted in the southern border. That's how the Most High works to show His people how demonic and how and how wicked this kingdom is, this nation, very nation is, that controls this whole entire hemisphere, that control most of the world.
Yeah, but but what does the Bible really? How could it actually help people in doing something? Like if you look at American history, and actually people who opposed white hegemony, they were if you look at Black Panthers, the abolitionist movement, these are all people who did not just look at the Bible and did, oh, God said that, blah blah blah. They actually carried out their revolutionary tactics and managed to establish some goals. Obviously, the Black Panthers, for example, were eventually overthrown, but nevertheless, they carried that out using actual tactics, not using necessarily science, but actually concrete ways of looking at reality.
What were they all
Carrying out
missing?
political tactics.
Because once again, you're being superfluous. What were they all missing? What were they all missing? What were they missing? You said the Black Panthers, the abolitionists, Martin Luther King, everybody. What were they missing? They were missing one major thing.
Believe in the Bible?
You're close. They weren't telling the people to follow the laws of the Most High. They weren't telling. That's what we're doing. That's why we will never be debunked until the kingdom comes. We're telling our people to go back to the Bible, read the Bible, seek ye out of the good book and read, as the scriptures say.
I mean, in the case of the Black Panthers, it was the CIA that overthrew them and established gun laws that
because if the Most High was with them, if the Most High God was with those people, they would not have been stopped. Just like we're not going to be stopped until kingdom comes. You understand that? That's you don't understand. God was not with them. God was not with the abolitionists. God was not with the Black Panthers. God was not with Martin Luther King. God was not with Malcolm X. That's That's why
Well,
they always stopped. And
Malcolm
shot.
X was a Muslim, for example. He
Right.
believed in his own.
He's one of us trying to be a Muslim. Why? That's not right to the Most High. You know that? Jacob, what do you have to say?
Yeah. So what you try what he's saying is the reason that so-called black revolutionary groups failed because it wasn't of the Most High, right? It's not the Most High's people will have revolution, successful revolution, when our people come back to the Bible. Malcolm X was Muslim. Martin Luther King was Christian. The people in the Bible were neither. That's all.
Salaki, and
Well, like, doesn't really matter, since like the point of the Bible is
If
to
you
talk
look-
about like a land where people of different religions are unified.
if you listen,
And live in a cohesive balance.
true. That's not
It's
true.
not about
That's not true.
it's not about making
I
everyone
suggest-
Christians.
right?
It's about
that's
not
not true.
true.
I suggest
The
hold on,
Bible's
Jacob.
about a people,
I suggest you
us.
read the Bible, but before you read the Bible, listen to Malcolm X's speeches. And in all his speeches, he gives honor to the honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's a man. He's giving honor to a man.